Windhorse Trading is a major success story in FWBO right livelihood businesses. Its managing director is Vajraketu.
We started the business for two reasons really. One was to make money for the FWBO, and the other was to create an environment where we could bring our spiritual practice into the workplace, because if we have to go out to work to make money, we obviously work with non-Buddhists, which is not always but often not a very sympathetic environment.
Good afternoon, Windhorse Trading.
So we have two goals in Windhorse Trading which we are constantly trying to live up to. One is to make money for the FWBO and the other is to create an environment supportive to our spiritual practice, and those two goals run in tandem. The business was originally set up by Kulananda and Dharmananda about 15 years ago with the specific aim of funding FWBO movement-wide projects rather than projects attached to a particular centre. I've been at Windhorse just a little over 10 years. It's got progressively easier. The first 3 or 4 years were quite difficult, I think, because we didn't really know what we were doing. We didn't know what we were doing from a business point of view, and we didn't really know what we were doing in terms of adapting right livelihood to a modern business environment. So it was tough for the first 3 or 4 years. We didn't make much money, if any, so there was a constant worry about money.
I think we should try and make 750,000 this year.
It's been a process of where we see something doesn't work, we keep changing it until it does. So it's got progressively easier, and it's also got easier as more and more people have stayed longer.
This is the warehouse, and there's 18 of us here at the moment, and at Christmas it goes up to 23 to 25 people working here. One of the things I personally get out of working here is I feel like I'm supporting the movement all over the world. I feel like I've helped, as we're helping start centres in other countries. We've got people here from Germany and Mexico and Venezuela, New Zealand, Australia. What we do is we try and transform, as it were, the mundane tasks of life, the very ordinary activities of life, into the spiritual path. It's sometimes said that, if one wants to realise reality, it has to be here and it has to be now. And for us, that's very real, because we're not teaching meditation in beautiful surroundings. We're not publishing books on the Dharma. We're packing boxes and unloading containers. So it's the mundane aspects of life are very present for us. We have to, in some way, transform that mundane work into a spiritual path.
We have, if you like, 3 levels of dana, or 3 places in which we give our profits. Firstly, we run a number of shops in cooperation with local FWBO centres, and the profit from that shop, half of the profit goes to the local FWBO centre and half of it goes into our central dana fund. Out of the central dana fund, we support a number of ongoing projects. Notably, we support Sangharakshita's secretariat. We give money to the Karuna Trust for its work amongst the ex-untouchable Buddhists in India. We support the transcriptions, which is transcribing Sangharakshita's tape lectures and publishing them, and a few other projects like that. We also support the Presidents and Preceptors College, which is the body that Sangharakshita is steadily handing over his responsibilities to. So that steady, regular dana that goes out on a monthly basis. Then at the end of each year, we look at how much profit we've made, and we see if there's anything left in the pot, really. And that, whatever we think is left in the pot, we contact Sangharakshita, and he lets us know what he would like us to do with it.
These things are great for hanging up outside the shops. The shop owners sort of hang them up outside the front down in Camden and places like that. It draws a customers like bees to a flower.
I've been wanting to get the wages sheets. Have you got them done for this month?
We expect our turnover this year to be somewhere between £6.25 and £6.5 million. That's about $10 million US. There are about 135 to 140 people working full-time. About half of them in Cambridge and the other half in the shops we're running with the centres. We currently have 14 permanent shops scattered around England, Scotland and Ireland, and we're hoping to open another 3 before the end of this year.
Working here is a good situation for training for ordination. This last year we've had 6 people from Cambridge, 5 people from Windhorse Trading go to Guhiloka. Last year there was 5 people went to Guhiloka, and not only do they go, I think they go very well prepared for ordination, and they've got a lot of momentum behind them.
I don't particularly see money as a grubby thing. I think we have to engage in the world in a number of ways, and I think if we can engage in the world of business in an ethical and energetic manner, it's another interface for the FWBO in the wider society. We can't just sit in our centres and wait for people to come and learn meditation. I think we have to go out into the world in as many ways as possible, and this is, as I see it, a perfectly legitimate aspect of that. This is our sales, right? Last year, the previous year, 4.5 million. Last year, 5.5 million, up 20%. Okay? That's sales. The next one is profit. Oops. Profit is up 24% to 631,000 from 507 last year. Okay? And the third one is Dana. Dana is 241,000, up 28% from last year's 188. I'll just tell you roughly what that went on. That 241,000, 83,000 pounds of it has gone to FWBO centres where we have shops. We also gave 10,000 pounds to Suvadra to establish an ordination process in India. That was specifically at Bante's request. Bante asked us if we could fund that. So another 10,000 went on that. We figured that we can give away about another just over 100,000 pounds. And as a happy coincidence, the remaining mortgage on Brackley Dean, where the presidents and preceptors live, is 105,000 pounds. So we're going to pay that off in one go. Yeah, I enjoy it. It is great fun. I see this as being, I do see this pretty much as being my lifetime project. And as I say, I've been here for a little over 10 years. Most of the management team here has been here for a good chunk of that. So I feel like I'm working together with a bunch of people on a developing project, and I find that very enjoyable. In a way, to me, it doesn't matter what the project is, but getting together with a bunch of people and working on something, making it grow, developing it, is something that appeals to me, and which I've got a great deal from. We happen to have picked on a business, it could have been something else. But yes, I do, I enjoy it.